The moment we were supposed to sign the divorce papers, a voice caught my attention. Wow, wow, wow. All that money totally worth faking it for a whole year. Playing this role every day drained me. I glanced up. Across the table, my soon-to-be ex-wife's shoulders trembled as she bowed her head, sniffling. I rubbed my temples, wondering if exhaustion was finally getting to me, making me imagine things. I reached for the pen, about to sign, when the voice came again. What's this loser waiting for? Can't he even write his own name? My stunning young eyes. Big sis is almost free. My head snapped up, locking eyes with the woman sitting before me. Her eyes shimmered with tears as she looked at me and asked softly, "Darling, are you having second thoughts about the divorce? Ark, don't you dare back out now, you snake." This time I knew for sure it wasn't my imagination. It was the voice inside my ex-wife's head. Faking it. Gorgeous young guys. So this damn woman had been playing me from the start. A year ago, my grandfather's old army comrade fell seriously ill. He entrusted his only granddaughter, Amelia Grant, to our family's care. Who would have guessed Amelia would claim to fall for me at first sight? Both elderly men were thrilled and immediately tried to play matchmaker. Eventually, pressured by my grandfather, I agreed to marry Amelia. But on my terms. No wedding ceremony. No public announcement. Just a quick courthouse visit. Grandpa was furious, shouting that he'd never agree to such conditions. Amelia, however, stayed surprisingly calm. She even smoothed things over for me. "Grandpa, just a license is enough. Planning a wedding takes too long, and I'm afraid his health won't last," she said, looking at me with what I thought was adoration. "I'm an actress. If news of Evan's marriage got out, it could ruin my career. We can talk wedding later when the time is right." Her pleading gaze annoyed me. Her grandfather owed mine a favor from years ago, and now she was here to collect on that debt. I had no idea what strings she'd pulled, but somehow, my grandfather threatened to disown me if I didn't marry her. A woman that manipulative? I could never like her. Seeing that both of us insisted on no ceremony or announcement, Grandpa finally relented. After we married, Vance Enterprises expanded overseas, and I was often away on business. Amelia's grandfather's health deteriorated, so she spent her days at his bedside. Months would pass without us seeing each other, but whenever we met, Amelia's eyes sparkled as she called me darling. That feigned love almost suffocated me, so I always found an excuse to leave. For over half a year, we lived as a couple in name only. Until Amelia's grandfather passed. Watching her, pale and tear-streaked, I felt a pang of pity. From now on, she'd be alone in the Grant family. Though wealthy and financially secure, she had no family left. At first, I considered staying to keep her company. After all, she was technically my wife. But right after the funeral, she flew off for a film shoot. Fine by me. I was happy for the peace. Amelia was gone for months without a word. The daily "good morning, thinking of you" text stopped. I asked my assistant, Jason, to check on her. She was still my wife on paper. I didn't want anything bad to happen. Jason looked uneasy, handing me his phone. I glanced at the screen. Twitter's trending hashtag, Amelia Grant the villain. I frowned and tapped it. The feed was full of accusations. Amelia bullying co-stars, complete with photos. The internet tore her apart. Old dirt surfaced too. Rumors of diva behavior, verbal abuse, gold. Digging. I rarely cared about celebrity gossip, so I asked Jason, "Is any of this true?" "Well, the gold. Digging part is likely false, or her family background is public knowledge. But judging by these photos and on-set crew statements, it looks bad. Keep looking into it." "No need, sir. You can go." After Jason left, I called Amelia's phone. It was the first time I'd ever called her voluntarily. And I thought it would be the last. She didn't pick up. 2 hours later, she called back. "Darling, did you miss me? This is the first time you've called me first." Her excitement was unmistakable. I replied calmly, "When does filming wrap on your current project? There's something I need to discuss with you." "About a month," she said. "Then I'll come home." "Do you really miss me?" she teased. "Maybe I should just quit the shoot and come back now." "No need. We'll talk when you finish." Even I, who never followed the entertainment world, knew how much time, money, and effort went into a film. For her to casually suggest quitting showed she had zero respect for others' work. Those Twitter rumors weren't far off. No wonder she never denied them. Probably couldn't. A woman like that? Ethan Vance didn't need her. We had to get divorced. And soon. For the next month, Amelia bombarded me with texts and nightly calls. I ignored every sugary message and dodged her calls whenever possible. If I answered, I cut it off in under 3 sentences. Max. So clingy. Divorce had to happen. After a month of torture, Amelia finally came back. She texted that she was home and waiting for dinner. Perfect. Tonight was the night to end this. I drove to the house we supposedly shared. Suddenly, I felt a twinge of nervousness. Ugh, this woman was a nightmare. She'd probably cry, scream, and cause a scene. Just thinking about it gave me a headache. I took out the divorce papers my lawyer, Mr. Adler, had drafted. The settlement was generous. Even if Amelia did nothing but spend, she wouldn't blow it all. I wondered if the money was enough to finally get rid of her. What else could she want? Money? Me? Ugh. I couldn't show weakness. This charade had to end fast. Taking a deep breath, I opened the front door. Immediately, a wave of perfume hit me. Before I could react, she threw herself into my arms. Careless. I let her ambush me. I frowned and pushed her back. Throwing herself at men like that. She looked hurt. Darling, didn't you miss me? You called a month ago, and I rushed back as fast as I could. Aren't you happy to see me? I kept my face neutral. I called because there's something to discuss. She seemed oblivious to my coldness, tugging my sleeve like a child showing off a prize. Oh, can we eat first, please? I spent all afternoon making your favorite dishes. No need. I already ate. Let's just talk. I have to step out again later. With that, I walked over to the living room sofa and sat down without saying another word. She stood silently with her back turned to me. The room fell into a heavy silence. Was she upset? Good. I needed to keep the pressure on. Just as I was about to speak, she turned and walked toward me. I quickly looked away, avoiding her gaze. After she sat down, I pulled out the divorce papers and handed them to her. Amelia, let's get this over with. Take a look at the agreement. If you're not satisfied with the settlement, we can add more. She didn't take them, only lowered her head in silence. Then, her shoulders began to tremble. Ugh, I knew she'd cry. But crying wouldn't help. We never had any feelings for each other. No point wasting any more time. She looked up, her face streaked with tears. I don't want a divorce. Grandpa Vance wouldn't approve either. I'll explain everything to him. She paused, voice trembling. I only agreed to marry you to help my grandfather repay a debt of gratitude. After all, it was your grandfather's dying wish. Before he passed, your grandfather himself said that if there were no feelings between us down the line, we should divorce sooner rather than later and not become one of those resentful, unhappy couples. Honey, we've barely seen each other this past year. How could we have developed any feelings? If we just had more time, I'm sure we could. You know how much I love you. I scoffed. Stop kidding yourself. I could never like a woman like you. She froze at my words. Guilt? Honey, I can explain that it's all them. I don't want to hear it. Don't worry. Even after the divorce, the Vance family won't abandon you. If you ever need help with anything, you can come to me. As long as it's not outrageous, I'll help. After all, our grandfather's friendship still means something. She kept her head down, quietly crying. Ugh, why don't you stop? Honey, did you never love me? Not even a little? Facing her quiet question, I answered decisively, no. Her shoulders trembled violently as her crying grew louder. She loved me that much. After a while, she seemed to calm down a bit before speaking. I don't want anything else. Can I keep this house? It was our marital home, after all. At least it's something to remember. Wait, was she agreeing? Fantastic. I thought this would drag on longer. I quickly pushed the agreement toward her. Look it over. This house was always intended for you. Take the rest too. As a bit of compensation. Her hand trembled slightly as she opened the agreement, then she sobbed. I have no objections to the rest. And then she started a fresh round of wailing. Her crying was giving me a headache. Shaking my head didn't help. I took the agreement, thinking I'd sign it quickly and get out of there. Just then, I heard that voice again. Wow, so much money. Totally worth faking it for a whole year. Playing this part every day was exhausting. This mansion is in such a great location. I'd be a fool not to take it anyway. That jerk barely ever stays here. I'll just redecorate his room later. I looked up. The woman in front of me, shoulders shaking, head bowed, was still sniffling. I rubbed my temples. Maybe I was just overtired, hearing things. I picked up the pen and started to sign my name. I'd barely put pen to paper when the voice came again. What's this jerk waiting for? To sign the damn thing? Can't even write his own name? My gorgeous young eyes thought big sister's about to be free. My head snapped up. I stared at her. Her eyes were glistening with tears as she looked at me and asked, "Honey, are you having second thoughts about the divorce?" "Ark, don't you dare back out now, you bastard." This time I was certain it wasn't my imagination. It was Amelia Grant's inner voice. Huh, faking it. Gorgeous young guys. This goddamn woman had been playing me all along. Seeing me staring, Amelia asked tentatively, "Honey, are you really having second thoughts?" "Asshole, what are you staring at me for? Hurry up and sign." He's not really regretting this, is he? Did he see me smile? No way. I was looking at the floor. He couldn't have seen it. Amelia Grant, you're really something else. No wonder you kept your head down. I thought you were heartbroken, shaking like that. Turns out you were shaking with laughter. I looked at the woman waiting expectantly before me. If I couldn't hear her thoughts, I'd definitely think she was hoping I wouldn't go through with the divorce. What a monumental idiot I'd been. No second thoughts. I just suddenly realized that something as big as a divorce really needs Grandpa's approval. He's getting older. He can't handle shocks like this. As I spoke, I stared intently at this hypocritical woman. A flicker of dismay crossed her face. Has this bastard lost his mind? Now he's playing the devoted grandson. Where'd all that earlier determination go? What a flip-flopping jerk. She's cursing me again, silently. Say that to my face if you dare, honey. You know I love you very much. I can't bear to see you unhappy. If getting a divorce will make you happy, we can finalize it first, and then tell Grandpa slowly later. I'll play along perfectly in front of him. So desperate to divorce, huh? I won't let you have it your way. No need. Let's just keep things as they are for now. I'll find a right time to talk to Grandpa. It won't take too long. Ark, stay calm. Stay calm. Murder is a felony. Murder means the death penalty. I have to hold it in. Damn it. I was so close. I was about to be free, you bastard. I'm gonna lose it with you today. Boo-hoo-hoo. Honey, you must be regretting divorcing me. I knew you had feelings for me. The woman said, sidling up to me with arms outstretched for a hug. I deliberately didn't move, letting her embrace me. She froze, then looked up at me from my arms. I looked down at her. Is this jerk possessed? He usually keeps a 10-foot pole between us. Hates it when I get close. Today he's letting me hug him. He's not pushing me away. Quite perceptive. To avoid acting out of character, I still pushed her away. Go wash your face. Your makeup's smudged. Typical bastard. And I thought he'd change his tune. My face. My makeup? If I want to smudge it, that's my business. What's it to you? My makeup's ruined. Honey, you're awful. Why didn't you tell me sooner? My whole look is ruined. I'll go wash it off right now. You wait for me, okay? I frowned. Why did this woman's voice suddenly sound so strange? If you know what's good for you, you'll be gone by the time I get back. Don't wait around for me to keep sickening you. Sickening me? How exactly? I'd wait and see. I watched Amelia disappear up the stairs to the second floor, then took a deep breath and regained my composure. I'd been too angry earlier to think clearly. How had I suddenly started hearing her thoughts? It was truly bizarre. I wondered if I could hear others' thoughts too. For now, I'd ignore this crazy woman and go out to test it. As I walked out, my eyes drifted to the dining table. Sure enough, several exquisite dishes were laid out. But as I got closer, the plates looked suspiciously familiar. Puzzled, I stepped into the kitchen and immediately spotted takeout containers on the counter. From a restaurant I had been to before. No wonder the dishes looked so familiar. She was betting I wouldn't come in here, just leaving them out so brazenly. Spent all afternoon preparing, huh? Amelia Grant, you really are a phenomenal actress. I clenched my fists. I was furious. This woman was constantly playing me and pretending she loved me. Hypocrite. This divorce had to happen. I slammed the door on my way out. Just then, Grandpa's call came through. You little brat, trying to get divorced behind my back. I'm telling you, even if you sign those papers, the court won't grant it. Get yourself back here, right now. I was about to explain, but he hung up. That old man still had such a temper. It was already 10 p.m. when I drove back to the Vance estate. As soon as I walked in, Maria, our housekeeper, greeted me with a worried look. Ethan, the old master is very angry. He's waiting for you in the study. Okay, Maria. You can get back to work. I'll go up right now. I knocked on the study door. Grandpa, I'm back. A booming voice called out, Get your butt in here. I pursed my lips and pushed the door open. Grandpa was glaring at me furiously. You little rascal, you've really grown wings, haven't you? Divorcing is a big deal, and you don't even tell me. If Mr. Adler hadn't thought it over and decided to tell me that afraid he'd lose his job, that I still wouldn't know. Grandpa, I wasn't planning to hide it from you. I asked Mr. Adler to draft the papers, but I didn't tell him to keep it from you. If I really wanted to hide it, I'd have hired an outside lawyer, I explained, exasperated. Huh, and this is how you plan to tell me? I'm your grandfather. Don't I even deserve to be told in person? Well, I'm here now, aren't I? Even if you hadn't called, I was planning to come. Don't try to argue with me. I'm telling you, as long as I don't agree, you two can't get divorced. Amelia likes you so much that why can't you try to understand her better? Grandpa, does Amelia really like me? Have you taken a good look? She might not be unwilling to divorce. Hearing my words, Grandpa looked completely baffled. What nonsense are you talking, boy? Anyone can see Amelia likes you. How could she possibly want a divorce? Did you go pressure her today, huh? Grandpa's voice grew louder and louder. Then suddenly, he collapsed. I was terrified. I quickly called for help and rushed him to the hospital. After a series of emergency treatments and tests, Grandpa was moved to a private room. Dr. Ben Carter, the hospital director, came out to see my anxious face and patted my shoulder. He's fine, don't worry. But what did you do to get the usually unflappable old man so worked up? Seeing his gossipy expression, I figured Grandpa wasn't in serious danger. I was thinking of getting a divorce, didn't tell him. Well, aren't you something, buddy? You dare to hide something like that. But do you really want to? Your wife is pretty good-looking, sweet voice, and she's so into you. Hearing my good friend praise Amelia, I suddenly felt a pang of discomfort. Shut up. What do you know that I don't? Then hurry up and tell me. I quickly changed the subject. First, tell me about Grandpa's condition. The old man's fine. Nothing major, just got overly emotional. His blood pressure spiked. He'll wake up soon. We'll observe him overnight, and if everything's okay tomorrow, he can be discharged. He's getting on in years after all. Try not to agitate him so much in the future. Okay, I understand. After Grandpa woke up, to avoid agitating him again, I quickly told him the divorce papers hadn't been signed yet. We planned to sign only after he agreed. He was silent for a while after hearing this, then told me to bring Amelia over the next day. He said he had something to say to both of us. Early the next morning, I called Amelia over. She looked at Grandpa with concern. Grandpa, are you okay? Why'd you get so upset? You need to take better care of yourself from now on. That bastard Ethan Vance really isn't human. His own grandfather got this worked up because of him. I heard it again all night. I'd been so worried about Grandpa, I'd forgotten about this. Now it seemed I could only hear Amelia's thoughts. Amelia, tell Grandpa the truth. Do you want a divorce too? Amelia glanced at me in surprise. Grandpa knows, Grandpa. Of course I want a divorce. I desperately want one. Who would want a jerk like Ethan Vance? But I can't say it at all because from the very beginning, to humor my own grandpa and annoy that bastard, I created this whole lovesick persona. Ugh, so annoying, Amelia. I know you definitely don't want a divorce. Don't worry, Grandpa will back you up. Ark, Grandpa, please don't back me up. Just let me get divorced already. Grandpa, you can't force love. I've realized that this past year. Why don't you just agree to it? Amelia said, looking heartbroken. I almost laughed out loud. She looked down on me this much, but wouldn't say it directly that wanted me to be the bad guy. So manipulative. Grandpa glared at me, as if Amelia's words were my fault. I was speechless. All right, Amelia, don't force yourself to say things you don't mean. Don't be afraid. Grandpa said he'll back you up. How about this? You two move back into the old family estate, spend some time together, build your relationship. Grandpa spoke quietly, don't interrupt me. You two move back to the estate for a year, spend more time with each other. If after a year you still want a divorce, I won't stop you. Amelia, this past year you barely saw each other. How could any feelings develop? Give Ethan another year. If that boy still can't recognize a diamond in the rough, then it truly will be forcing something that isn't meant to be, and you should let go. And you, boy, that it's not like you. Have anyone else you like. Spending a year getting to know Amelia won't kill you. Don't use work as an excuse. I don't mind running the company for you for a year. Oh, Grandpa, how am I supposed to refuse this? I have to look at this bastard for another year. Oh my God, what do I do? Hearing Amelia's inner voice, I felt an immense sense of satisfaction. You played me like a fool for a year. Now it's your turn to suffer a little. It's divorce in the end anyway. A year is just a year. I had to agree quickly before this crazy woman pulled another stunt. Okay, Grandpa. I promise. I guarantee I'll spend this year getting to know Amelia properly. Arch, calm down. No, I couldn't calm down. I wanted to kill this bastard. I'd been acting ridiculously over the top just to get him to divorce me quickly. Wasn't that enough? Another year? Are you trying to kill me? Ha ha. You love acting, don't you? Then act a little more. I'll expose your hypocritical charades sooner or later. Grandpa looked at Amelia, who was visibly conflicted and hadn't responded. Amelia, what's your opinion? Oh, my opinion? Of course I don't want to. Grandpa, of course I have no problem with it. Looking at Amelia's strained face, I was truly delighted. The pent-up frustration I'd felt since yesterday finally dissipated. I suddenly found myself looking forward to the days ahead. After Grandpa was discharged from the hospital, my mom returned from her research trip out in the Southwest. The moment she got back, she berated me, telling me not to casually mention divorce anymore and to try and make things work with Amelia. She also said my dad was too busy with a critical research project to come back, otherwise I'd have gotten a beating. No one in this family knew Amelia's true colors. Under pressure from Grandpa and Mom, Amelia and I moved back into the Vance family estate. Though we'd been married for a year, apart from staying in the same room at the estate the day we got our license, we'd always slept separately. Now, moving back here under Grandpa and Mom's watchful eyes, sleeping in separate rooms was out of the question. I glanced at Amelia beside me, quietly eating her dinner, looking perfectly demure. She was clearly more distressed about this than I was. This is so annoying. Having to share a room with that jerk. And I still have to pretend I like him. Ugh, just let the world end. That bastard Ethan Vance, why isn't he making excuses to leave yet? Doesn't he hate me? Why isn't he gone? In your dreams. I'm not going anywhere. After dinner, we watched some TV with Grandpa. Then we were shooed upstairs and told to get some rest early. Once in a room, Amelia said to me with a bashful look, "Honey, I'm going to take a shower first." With that, she quickly disappeared into the bathroom. I snorted, remembering her inner monologue on the way upstairs. Later, I need to hog the bathroom. Take at least an hour in there. That jerk hates me so much, he'll definitely sleep on the couch. By the time I come out, he'd better be asleep so I don't have to waste my breath arguing. I won't let you have your way. I went to the guest bedroom next door, showered, came back, and propped myself up in bed with a book. True to her plan, Amelia took over an hour to emerge. That bastard is actually sleeping in the bed. Usually, if I even brushed his arm, he acted like I'd got the plague. Now, he wanted to share a bed with me? Is he nuts? You're the one who's nuts. Always cursing people in your head. Arg, don't tell me that jerk has suddenly developed a lust for me. Bastard, if you dare touch me, I swear I'll personally bash your damn head in. See, she's the crazy one. So violent. Me lusting after her. What a joke, this hypocritical woman. After cursing me out in her head, she sat on the bed and sidled up to me. Honey, what book are you reading? Is it good? What kind of body wash does this jerk use? It smells pretty good, huh? This jerk has pecs. Does he have ABS? Oh man, I can't see what. I quickly glanced at the collar of my pajamas. It was indeed a bit loose. I tugged it higher, not letting her look. The actors I've worked with, whose pecs and ABS aren't better than yours. Yours are nothing special. I wouldn't even bother looking. Amelia, you have absolutely no shame. Go to sleep. I put down my book, lay down with my back to her, and turned off my bedside lamp. Good night, honey. Make sure you dream about me. Okay, phew. Today's mission accomplished. I can finally sleep. This isn't easy. When will this charade of fake devotion ever end? So annoying, listening to Amelia's inner thoughts. I once again marveled at my own stupidity for judging people solely by appearances. How could I have truly believed she loved me? Even if I couldn't hear her thoughts, I should have seen it. Looking back over the past year, although she talked a big game, wasn't every attempt to get close just bluff and bluster? Was there even a trace of genuine affection? And I, like a fool, thought she was deeply in love. I dodged her, pushed her away whenever she got near. These unintentional actions actually played right into her performance, making her seem devoted and pitiful. And I became a scumbag. Thinking about the things she usually called me in her head, I genuinely didn't understand why she hated me so much. If she hated me this much, why did she marry me? This woman's mind was too strange. She definitely had some ulterior motive. I figured it out sooner or later. I thought having someone next to me would disrupt my sleep, But surprisingly, I slept soundly until morning. In the early morning, still half asleep, I felt something heavy pressing down on me. I snapped my eyes open and froze. Amelia was clinging to me like a koala bear. Her head was pillowed on my shoulder, her arm draped across my chest, and one leg thrown over my thigh. The crucial part was that her chest was pressed right against me. My first instinct was to push her away, but then awareness flooded back and I stopped. I couldn't let her off that easily. I had to wake her up and let her see what a mess she'd made. Amelia, wake up. Hey, wake up. She must have been sleeping incredibly soundly. She didn't react at all. I reached out and gently nudged her. Wake up. Ugh, don't bother me, she mumbled, nuzzling deeper into the crook of my neck and raising a hand to touch my face. Just as I was about to stop her, her movements abruptly ceased. She shot her head up, glanced at me, then at herself. She shrieked, scrambling to the other side of the bed, looking like she'd seen a ghost. Yes. Seeing her flustered like this, I was very satisfied. I gave her a sidelong glance, said nothing, and threw off the covers to get out of bed. Arg, what happened? How was I hugging that jerk? Ugh, I'm tainted. What's with that look? Like I'm something disgusting. As if I want to hug you. I just used you as a body pillow while I was asleep. So annoying. My reaction just now was all wrong. Is my devoted wife act about to crumble? He didn't notice anything, did he? Honey, I'm so sorry. I guess I just like you so much. I even want to cuddle with you in my sleep. Did I press on you too hard? Do you want me to check? Her bashful act made me frown. So fake. No need. Just try to sleep a bit more. Still, from now on, jerk, if you look at me with that disgusted expression one more time, I'll fight you. You think your tiny frame can take me on? Ridiculous. I couldn't be bothered with her anymore and went straight to the adjoining bathroom to get ready. At breakfast, Amelia was back to her solicitous act. She busied herself ladling soup for me, putting food on my plate. I told her to sit down that I could manage myself. Grandpa and Mom watched our superficial harmony with pleased expressions. That jerk actually looks pretty good in just a dress shirt without the suit jacket. Shows off his physique. I wonder if he has ABS. This morning I think I touched his pecs, right? Gotta say, he's pretty built. Maybe tonight, after he falls asleep, I'll sneak a feel and see if he has ABS. Amelia, you little pervert. I really couldn't take it anymore. Honey, what's wrong? Seeing her innocent face, I reined it in. Nothing. I'm full. Heading to work. With that, I stood up. Grandpa, Mom, take your time. I'm off to the office. Honey, I'll walk you out. No need. You sit and finish your breakfast. Amelia dear, Ethan's just worried about interrupting your meal. He's concerned about you. Grandpa chuckled teasingly. Haha, Grandpa, you're so good at this. Please say more. Him, concerned about me? He clearly just doesn't want to see me. Ugh, at least she's self-aware. I had a busy day at the office. Near quitting time, Kevin knocked and stepped into my office, looking like he'd just swallowed a lemon. Spit it out. Mr. Vance, I think you should see this. He handed me his phone. Twitter was open. Trending number 1. Sophia Hayes toxic. Number 2. Cancel Sophia Hayes. I tapped into the thread. A few GIFs and stills showed a dressing room. In the video, Sophia was splashing water onto another actress's face. She looked smug, arrogant, pointing and yelling at the girl, who just cowered like a kicked puppy. What the hell is this? Kevin cleared his throat. These clips appear to be from the same time as those earlier photos where Mrs. Vance was allegedly pushing someone. Backgrounds identical. Then why weren't they released back then? Mrs. Vance's new show premiered online at noon today. It's been well received. These clips started circulating a few hours ago. You're saying it's a smear campaign? We can't rule it out. But it's been 3 hours. Mrs. Vance's team hasn't issued a statement, and netizens are running wild with it. Hence the second trending hashtag. Wasn't this woman supposed to be sharp? Why stay silent now? Find out what really happened. And Kevin. Dig into her old scandals too. I want a full picture. Yes, Mr. Vance. I handed the phone back. Kevin was halfway out the door when he froze, turned around, and handed the phone back again. She just responded. Sophia had posted a video. The quality was crystal clear. No shaky cam nonsense. In the clip, the same actress who got water tossed in her face was caught mocking Sophia first, calling her a nobody, taunting her for having no parents, no upbringing. Then she accused her of sleeping her way to fame. Only then did Sophia react. First a push, then a splash of water. All right. I'd misjudged her. If someone insulted me like that, I'd probably do worse. Still, why the hell hadn't she explained sooner? She let people tear her apart online for hours. I needed to go home and hear her inner voice for myself. Seems like that's the truth. Still, keep digging into the older stuff, I told Kevin. Also, look into the girl in the video and the director who harassed her before. I don't want those people walking free. I drove home. As soon as I walked in, I saw Sophia and my mom sitting on the couch watching TV like a happy little family. Honey, you're home early, Sophia chirped, standing up and walking over. MMM. Is this jerk Mr. MMM now? Is MMM the only sound he knows how to make? Mom turned around. Ethan, did you see the news online and rush home because you were worried about Sophia? What news, Mom? Oof. I knew this jerk wasn't that kind-hearted. What can I even expect from this guy? Her new show just aired. Got great reviews. But apparently a jealous competitor tried to smear her. Luckily, Sophia was smart and had proof ready. Oh, let me see. I pretended to just open the Twitter app. Scrolled for a moment, then asked, why didn't you explain things earlier? Some people at work were talking about this too. Why is this jerk suddenly interested in my career? Weird. Sophia, you see? Mom beamed. He's concerned about you. Mom saw it too, I added. We're both curious. Sophia sighed, putting on her gentle wife mask. After the last incident, I thought it was strange. Splashing water was clearly worse, so why didn't they release it back then? I figured they were saving it. Also, the character I play in the drama is a villainess. That scandal actually gave us free publicity. It didn't hurt filming, so my agent and I decided not to clarify anything. But now the show's airing. This image the water splash is serious. If I don't explain, it'll impact the drama, not just me. I didn't want everyone's hard work to go to waste. Mom nodded as if she'd just heard the most righteous thing in the world. Sophia, you're such a thoughtful girl. Mom supports you. Don't be soft on those liars. Thanks, Mom, she said sweetly. Actually, I had selfish reasons too. They obviously spent big to keep this trending. More people saw it. If I clarify now, it'll draw even more attention. Free publicity. The most important reason? I didn't explain back then because I wanted that jerk to see it. To believe I was a real bitch and file for divorce faster. But now, a year later, we're basically done. I can't let some idiot ruin my career over this. Sophia, your little divorce scheme is quite elaborate, huh? How do you know it's a done deal? Did I ever say yes that night? Kevin's report came in just as I praised his efficiency. Apparently, none of Sophia's past scandals were true. The actress she supposedly cursed out? Turned out that actress was yelling at and slapping makeup artists. The diva behavior on set? A director had tried to get her on the casting couch. Sophia decked him. The guy got salty and started smearing her anonymously online. Mr. Vance, you're giving me too much credit, Kevin said. Actually, Mrs. Vance's agency used this as a chance to rebrand her image. They've clarified all the old rumors. Twitter's completely flipped. I opened the app. Sure enough, Sophia Hayes deserves an apology. Justice for Sophia. Sophia Hayes is a great actress. They handled this well. Who runs her agency? She owns it. It's not public knowledge, but this whole operation was probably her doing. So she planned this entire PR turnaround herself? Cunning, strategic, and very, very dangerous. All right, one more thing. I want to know who was behind the latest smear campaign. That actress and that sleazy director she dealt with before. I don't want either of them near the industry again. Yes, Mr. Vance. I'll get right on it. Kevin left the room, and I leaned back in my chair, staring at the ceiling. Sophia Hayes, I'd truly gotten to know you lately. Beneath that sweet as syrup surface, there was a fire. She was clever, tough, and deviously manipulative. But just as I started marveling at her strategic mind, I remembered something else she'd said in her head that morning. Maybe I'll sneak a feel tonight. See if he's got abs. Pervert. That night, after my shower, I didn't take any chances. I put on a full shirt under my pajamas and double-checked to make sure nothing was exposed. Only then did I sit down on the bed with my book. Sophia walked out of the bathroom, fresh-faced and smelling like some floral concoction, and immediately climbed into bed. Honey, still reading yesterday's book? Is it good? It's all right. The jerk actually spoke to me? That's new. Hey, why is he wearing so much? What is this, monk cosplay? I'm not going to assault you, okay? You weren't thinking of assaulting me, were you? I shot her a look. Ugh, now I can't see anything. Whatever. Nothing worth seeing anyway. Time for bed, you prudish man. Child. She yawned dramatically. Honey, I'm sleepy. I'm going to bed first. Good night. Dream of me. I rolled my eyes and didn't respond. Not talking again. So rude. A jerk is always a jerk. Sophia Hayes, you have a real talent for pissing me off. I was just putting down my book when I saw her subtly scoot away from me, inch by inch like a stealthy crab. Right. Can't get close to this jerk. Don't want him thinking I'm trying to take advantage of him again. What a joke. She'd spent all morning planning to take advantage, and now she was the one being careful? Still, I couldn't relax. I lay there for ages, eyes wide open, waiting. The person beside me, out cold in minutes. Incredible. Just as I finally started to drift off, she rolled over. Her hand landed on my chest. I froze. Was she starting her mission? I waited. No movement. Just slow, steady breathing. She's asleep. Carefully, I tried to move her hand away. The second I touched her wrist, bam. Her whole body lunged forward, gluing herself to me like a goddamn koala. Good body pillow. Don't move, she mumbled, patting my chest like I was a dog. Then she burrowed into the crook of my neck. I nearly threw her off. But just as I was about to push her back, her lips brushed my collarbone and bit me. My brain blanked out for 3 whole seconds. When I came back to earth, I stared at her. Dead asleep. No thoughts, no plotting. This woman was dangerous, unhinged, and terrifyingly unaware of her own menace. Tomorrow, I was sleeping on the couch. Morning came. I woke up groggy and sore, and she was nowhere to be found. Just as I stepped out of the bedroom, the door creaked open. Sophia came in, trying to look natural. Honey, you're awake. Breakfast is ready. Let's go down together. Oh crap, the bite mark. He's going to see it. I'm doomed. Did I really bite him? I don't remember a thing. Wait, maybe it wasn't me? If not you, then who? I stormed into the bathroom, lifted my shirt, and there it was, a perfect bite mark on my collarbone. I turned and pointed. Come here. Look at your masterpiece. Huh? Honey, are you calling me? Still pretending. I pointed directly at it. Well, are you sure I bit you? I mean, maybe it was a bug? I gave her a look. She shut up immediately. Honey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I'll sleep on the couch tonight, okay? Huh. One bite, and he's giving up the bed? If I knew it was this easy, I would have bitten him earlier. Like 10 times. That'd teach him. Get out. Okay, honey. You go ahead and wash up. I'll go downstairs first. That night, I tried sleeping on the couch. Didn't last. I tossed and turned. The cushions were too damn narrow, and the silence was empty. Eventually, I gave up and went back to bed. Sophia was hugging a pillow, sleeping soundly like she didn't just commit battery the night before. Maybe this was the solution. Give her a pillow, not a person. Next morning, the pillow was gone. She was back on me, clinging to my side, head on my chest, one leg thrown over my thigh. She looked like peace incarnate. When her eyes fluttered open, she blinked at me. Honey, weren't you on the couch last night? Couch was too small. I couldn't sleep. Too small. It looked big to me. She sat up quickly, looking around. Wait, where's the pillow? I was hugging a pillow, I swear. Why am I hugging him again? So annoying. You think you're annoyed? From that day on, I gave up fighting. If she hugged me, she hugged me. At least I was sleeping. And every morning, I got to wake up to Sophia's face twisted in shock and frustration after breaking her own nightly vows not to touch me. Honestly, not bad. Unknowingly, 2 months passed like this. Then Sophia had to leave town for a 3-day shoot. When I heard the news, I was thrilled. The bed was finally mine. No hugging, no sleep attacks. But that night, I couldn't sleep. Without her, the bed felt cold. The room felt too quiet. Her scent still lingered on the sheets, and my mind was full of her. Frustrated, I opened my eyes and stared at the ceiling. I liked her. From the rage when I found out who she really was, to the curiosity, and now, I genuinely liked her. Know that I loved her, and I hadn't even thought about divorce in weeks. But her? She was probably still dreaming about the day we'd finally sign the papers. Sigh. This crazy woman cursed me in her head every day, and I still couldn't stop thinking about her. Was she missing me too? Nah. She was probably passed out in some fancy hotel suite without a care in the world. The next day at work, I was half a corpse. Couldn't focus. Everything irritated me. By the afternoon, I gave up pretending and opened Twitter to check her updates. Her name was trending again. Next to it, Leo Maxwell. I tapped into it. and instantly saw red. Photos of Sophia and some shirtless pretty boy on a beach. Laughing, playing with waves. Looking like a rom.com poster. Are you kidding me, Sophia Hayes? I was here, suffering from insomnia, replaying our moments like a sad puppy. And you were out taking sunset selfies with Leo. Freaking Maxwell? Who the hell is this guy? And why the hell is he wearing so little? And lifting my shirt, she teased. You think you're the only one with a good body? Are those shippers blind? How are we even a good match? Furious, I threw my phone onto the desk and rubbed my temples. Forget going home to sleep. Since taking over the company, this was the first time I left work early. Grandpa was surprised to see me. Back to get something? He asked. No, Grandpa. Didn't sleep well last night. Just a bit tired. Nothing urgent at the office, so I came back early. Why didn't you sleep well? Are you feeling sick? No, just didn't get much sleep. I'll lie down for a bit. I'll be fine. Grandpa gave me a puzzled look. I couldn't exactly tell him his grandson was lovesick over Sophia Hayes. He'd laugh me out of the house. I had barely been lying down when my phone rang. It was Sophia. Well, at least you have some conscience, honey, she said. Grandpa told me you weren't feeling well and came home. What's wrong? Are you sick? Turns out it was Grandpa who made her call. Nothing, just didn't sleep well last night. Is it because I'm not there? So you couldn't sleep well? Why are you blurting out the damn truth? Isn't it possible? It's possible, honey. Do you miss me? I miss you so much. Hey, Sophia, what are you doing? The shoot's about to start. Hurry over. Okay, Leo, I'll be right there. Honey, I can't talk long. Gotta get back to work. You rest well. Love you. I stared at the disconnected call in my hand, burning with jealousy. Sophia and Leo, huh? Real chummy, aren't you? 2 days later, Sophia finally returned in the evening. I came home early to wait for her. The moment she walked in, she lunged at me with her usual fake enthusiasm. Did she think I'd push her away? Not a chance. I subtly stepped forward and opened my arms to catch her. In that moment, all the frustration from the past few days vanished. So good. We hadn't hugged for more than 2 seconds when I felt her body stiffen. Ah, the jerk isn't pushing me away. She's actually hugging me. A few days apart. Has he gone crazy? I need to get up quickly. Why can't I push him away? What is this bastard trying to do? If he doesn't let go soon, I'm gonna kick him. Why so violent? I let her go. She looked at me, scrutinizing, but I met her gaze calmly. She eventually couldn't take it and looked away. This jerk's acting weird. Grandpa and Mom smiled approvingly from behind us. Sophia must be exhausted from these past few days. Go wash up, get ready for dinner, eat, and then rest early. Okay, Mom, coming. Yes, after dinner, you both should rest early. Sophia wasn't here these few days, and Ethan hasn't been sleeping well, looking all listless. Can this old man please not expose my vulnerabilities? Grandpa, I just didn't sleep well, that's all. Grandpa's such a flatterer. How could the jerk not sleep well because I wasn't here? He was probably overjoyed not to see me. That night, I deliberately waited until Sophia was about to come out of the bathroom before heading to the guest bathroom to shower. Today, I'll show you what a real physique looks like. When I walked into the bedroom wearing a bathrobe, Sophia was sitting on the bed, scrolling through videos on her phone. Hearing the door open, she looked up. Why is the jerk dressed like this today? His collar's open practically to his navel. Doesn't he know? Now I can see if he is ABS. Hey, come closer. A true pervert. I feigned nonchalance and walked toward her. Today, you'll get a real eyeful. Arg, he's coming. Those long legs playing peek. Boo. Exciting. I walked up to her and pointed to the spot next to her. Can you hand me my phone? Huh? Oh, okay, honey. Wow, he has ABS. He has ABS. Even though she couldn't see them fully, he was in much better shape than any actor she'd worked with. See, it wasn't for nothing. I pulled my collar down low. Take a good look, so you don't go out and think any random guy has a good body. She handed me the phone and asked, Honey, why aren't you wearing pajamas today? My pajamas got wet. Can't wear them. I'll go change into another pair now. Good thing they got wet. Otherwise, I wouldn't have seen this amazing physique. Even though we're divorcing sooner or later, that doesn't stop me from appreciating it now. Haha, this woman really is a buzzkill, constantly thinking about divorce. I need to find a chance to ask her why she's so set on it. In a good mood, I went to the walk-in closet and changed into pajamas. From now on, no more T-shirts under my pajamas. When I came out, Sophia was still sitting on the bed scrolling through videos. I checked the time. It wasn't too late. Best not to let things drag on. I sat on the edge of the bed, cleared my throat, and began. Sophia, I want to ask you a question. A question? What's this jerk up to? Is he going to talk about the divorce? She put down her phone and looked at me. Go ahead, honey. I've never asked you. When did you start to like me? To want to marry me? Narcissist. I never liked you. And I certainly never wanted to marry you. Didn't want to marry me? Honey, of course it was love at first sight. After all, I'm a sucker for a handsome face. The first time I saw you, my grandpa even teased me, saying some eyes wouldn't move off you. Boo, I was just admiring a handsome guy. And our grandpa thought I'd fallen in love with this jerk. So unfair. The way your eyes were practically melting me back then, anyone would have misunderstood. Okay, and then you want to marry me? Weren't you afraid of being unhappy after marriage? Who wanted to marry you? Wasn't it your grandfather who suggested it first? Said you were interested in me too. Plus, my grandpa liked you so much. My grandfather suggested it first? I need to find time to ask Grandpa about this. Well, our grandfathers were playing matchmaker, so I agreed. I thought as long as you were willing to get married, and since I loved you so much, one day you'd be moved. Huh, I didn't want to agree. I even wanted to talk to you and clear things up. Who knew you and Dr. Carter were bad-mouthing me behind my back, saying my grandpa and I were holding a favor over your family's head. At that time, I was just forced by Grandpa to agree. Ben Carter was being nosy, and I did say something like that. I also said I'd consider it, repaying the debt for Grandpa, and then find a chance to divorce later. It was clearly your family who proposed it first, and you agreed. And we're the ones holding a favor over your head. You're a real dog. Well then, I'll really hold that favor over your head for you to see. Later, when I calmed down, I didn't want to act so impulsively. But my grandpa didn't have much time left, and his only wish was for me to have a good future. And he just happened to think you were perfect in every way. I couldn't find anyone else to marry at such short notice. And you jerk, you look at me every day like I'm the plague. Am I that bad to be despised by you like this? I'm gonna marry you just to spite you. And when I divorce you, she said with a sly grin, I'll take all the money you give me and find all sorts of younger guys. That'll feel good. This woman's imagination was really running wild. Younger guys? Dream on. I glanced at the woman feigning shyness, head bowed and silent. But clearly, her mind was racing. I shook my head. All right, I get it. It's late. Go to sleep, huh? That's it. What does this jerk mean? So random. Honey, I'll keep trying. You'll definitely like me eventually. I'll keep annoying you, make you hate me more and more, so you'll divorce me quickly. Sleep. Sleep? Then you think I want to talk to you anymore? Lying down, I listened to her still cursing me in her head. I made a mental note to ask Grandpa tomorrow about the circumstances of our marriage. If I'd really misjudged her, I'd apologize. At least try to save my image a bit. This past year, my attitude towards her had been terrible. Sigh. I'd make it up to her slowly in the future. In the middle of the night, half asleep, I thought I heard a sound. I fumbled for the light switch and turned it on. Looking beside me, Sophia was curled up in the corner of the bed, muttering, so cold. I quickly got up and touched her forehead. So hot. I gently shook her. Sophia, wake up. You have a fever. I'm taking you to the hospital. She slowly opened her eyes, her voice hoarse. What did you say? I said you have a fever. Good. At least she was somewhat conscious. I pulled her up and carried her into the walk-in closet. Quick, change your clothes. I'm taking you to the hospital. I changed my clothes outside. She still hadn't come out. Had she passed out? I quickly knocked on the door. Sophia, are you changed? A few minutes later, just as I was about to push the door open, it opened. She stood in the doorway staring blankly at me. I draped a coat over her and asked, Can you walk on your own? She nodded. The fever seemed really bad. Her inner monologue was gone. At Ben Carter's hospital, Sophia was curled up asleep in the passenger seat. Looking at her flushed face, I didn't have the heart to wake her. I carried her straight into the hospital. No wonder she got sick. This small frame barely had any meat on its bones. So light. After a series of tests, Sophia was in a hospital room on a drip. Ben Carter called me outside. Her fever was almost 104. Why did you wait so long to bring her in? You called me at 3 a.m. I thought you were overreacting. I'm not sure. She'd just gotten back from the trip and seemed fine before bed. Oh, that explains it. She has pneumonia. Probably a mix of bacterial and viral infection. It's crowded out there, lots of germs. Add to that being overtired and catching a chill. Her immune system was down, so it's possible she got infected. She'll need to be admitted. Anything else I should be aware of? So concerned. Haven't seen you in a few days. Got some ideas, have you? I ignored his gossipy stare and jotted down his instructions as I went back into the room. As soon as I entered, Sophia stared straight at me. Do I have a terminal illness? Does he have to tell me outside? I walked over, sat beside her, and touched her forehead. Still hot. Don't worry, it's just pneumonia. A few days in the hospital, and you'll be fine. Oh, get some sleep. I'll keep an eye on things. If the 4 bag needs changing, I'll call a nurse. With that, I took her hand. The one with the 4. She looked at me, surprised. You're a restless sleeper. I'm afraid you'll move, and they'll have to stick you again. So sleep now, be good. She closed her eyes and mumbled in her head. Why is he suddenly being so nice to me? I sighed inwardly. A sick Sophia was definitely a more agreeable Sophia. She hadn't even cursed me. I watched Sophia's 4 drip until dawn. Sophia woke up. The doctor took her temperature. It had gone down a bit. After the doctor left, she asked me, You didn't sleep at all? I'm not tired. I've already called Grandpa and Mom. They said they'll come see you later. When I get here, I'll go home, pack some things, and come back. We'll have to stay here for a few days. You're staying here too? If I don't stay, we'll take care of you. That jerk is going to personally take care of me? Did I hear that right? Am I delirious from the fever? I really wasn't in the mood to deal with him right now. No need. You should go to work. Don't let it affect your job. I can manage on my own. I can call my agent to come too. I'll have Kevin bring any urgent files here. It won't affect work. Don't call your agent. With your current level of fame, if you're photographed here, it'll just lead to more weird speculation. Ben Carter's hospital has always been excellent with discretion. No one here will spread rumors. This floor only has our room. Our situation won't be exposed. How does he know I'm afraid of exposure? He must be more afraid of himself. Sophia, forget it. I won't argue with you, all right. You don't have to worry about anything. Just focus on getting better. Grandpa and Mom arrived. They were both stunned to hear I was staying at the hospital to take care of Sophia. Grandpa was the first to recover, smiling. Yes, of course Ethan should stay and take care of her. Mom chimed in. Yes, Sophia, you just order him around. If he dares give you any attitude, he doesn't have to come home. Mom stayed with Sophia, and I drove Grandpa home. Packing some things on the way, the moment Grandpa got in the car, he started teasing. Since when did you become so eager to take care of someone, boy? Grandpa, I told you, as long as you weren't blind, you'd definitely fall for this girl. Grandpa, how are you so sure? He looked at me with a meaningful expression. Did you really think I'd sacrifice my own grandson's marriage to repay a debt I owed? If you hadn't been 28 and still not dating anyone, would I have had to force you? Every time you see a girl, you act like a meditating monk, completely clueless about romance. I was starting to suspect you liked men. But when you met Sophia, you were clearly different. Your emotions were all over the place from that very first meeting. How could there not be something there? You just didn't understand it, boy. That was because I didn't like her staring at me. Since you were in school, haven't there been plenty of girls staring at you? Did you ever care? I sighed. He had a point. If I hadn't seized this last opportunity before my old comrade passed, to quickly settle this for me, would such a wonderful girl have ended up with me? Luckily, my old friend liked you too. Said you were trustworthy. Grandpa, was it really you who first suggested we get married? Grandpa glared at me. If I didn't suggest it, who would? Although Sophia fell for you at first sight, my old friend wasn't in a hurry. He said this girl just likes good-looking guys. If she doesn't see them for a while, she'll forget. No big deal, I said, thinking back on Grandpa's words. When I heard that, I thought, no way. I have to strike while the iron's hot. Lock this down for you quickly. By the time you finally figured things out, you'd have missed your chance entirely. See, I really did misjudge Sophia. I was so foolish. Thank you, Grandpa. Nothing gets past your sharp eyes. You have a lot to thank me for, boy. If it weren't for my good genes, would Sophia even have looked at you? And you still wanted a divorce? If I hadn't put my foot down, you'd be regretting it now. From now on, you treat Sophia well. Don't worry, Grandpa. I will. By evening, Sophia's fever finally broke, but her coughing hadn't let up. I had Maria make some honey lemon tea and brought it over. She still needed her 4, so I fed it to her. She didn't open her mouth to drink, but instead asked, Honey, why are you suddenly being so nice to me? Seeing her searching gaze, I smiled. All day, I'd listened to her mentally guessing countless possibilities, but she still hadn't figured it out. Now she finally couldn't resist asking. I decided to tease her. You're not happy that I'm being nice to you. There's always a catch when things are out of the ordinary. What do I have to be happy about? That jerk definitely has an ulterior motive. This tea isn't poisoned, is it? Is that jerk trying to kill me while I'm sick? What on earth was going through that little head of hers? The more she thought, the wilder her imagination got. No more waiting. Time to come clean. I don't want your life. The tea isn't poisoned. My only motive is to help you less miserable and get better sooner. Huh? How does he know what I'm thinking? You. I put down the teacup and looked at her seriously. Sophia, I want to formally apologize today. I'm sorry I misjudged you. I once thought you pressured my family into agreeing to our marriage by holding a favor over our heads just so you could marry me. Now I realize how incredibly wrong I was. In this past year, during our marriage, I never once cared for you, never fulfilled my duties as a husband. I'm sorry. You have every right to curse me. But can we not get divorced for now? Give me a chance to make it up to you, please. After hearing my words, Sophia didn't react for a long time. After a while, she finally mumbled in her head, Ark. What's wrong with this jerk? Why is he suddenly like this? Wait, how does he know I curse him? This girl was always missing the main point. Since the day we were supposed to sign the divorce papers, I've known. I know you've been calling me a jerk, a bastard, a son of a bitch in your head. That you wanted to fight me, that you don't like me at all, that you want to divorce me. How did you know? You clearly only said it in your head. But I heard it. The moment we were about to sign the divorce papers, I suddenly started hearing your thoughts. She looked at me as if testing me, asking silently, can you really hear them? I looked at her and answered seriously, yes, I can really hear them. After this confirmation, Sophia suddenly pulled the blanket over her head. Ark, this is so embarrassing. I always thought I was acting so well, but turns out he saw through me ages ago. I pulled the blanket away and looked at her. You did act very well. If I hadn't heard your real thoughts, I truly would have believed you were deeply in love with me. She suddenly sat up, pointed at me, and said loudly, you're not allowed to listen anymore. Cough, cough, cough. Okay, I won't listen. Don't get agitated. Boof. Get away from me. You're so annoying. I don't want to see you. Fine, I'm the most annoying, but I'm not leaving. Why don't you curse me a few more times to blow off some steam? Curse me in your head. I can hear it. Save your energy so you don't start coughing again. You bastard. I want a divorce right now. Boo-boo. Since you already know my real thoughts, I don't have to pretend anymore. Cough, cough. Oh no. I made her cry. I fumbled to wipe her tears. I'm sorry. She pushed my hand away. So I looked at you a couple of extra times. Big deal. Is being handsome such a great thing? How did that turn into me liking you? And why did you have to make my grandpa like you so much? Didn't you know he was dying? He just wanted me to have a good future. If you didn't want to get married, why did you agree? And after agreeing, you turned around and falsely accused me of holding a favor over your head. What's so great about being married to you? Always looking at me with that disgusted expression. Cough, cough, cough. Seeing her get more and more agitated, I quickly interrupted. Don't get upset. Don't get upset. I'm sorry. It's all my fault. I've never liked a girl before. I genuinely didn't know what it felt like. Today, when Grandpa pointed out, I finally realized it was me who fell for you. At first sight. Huh? What did you say? She suddenly stopped crying and looked at me. I said I like you. From the first time I saw you, I felt something different for you. But later, my misunderstanding of you was too deep, which led me to never face my own feelings. Never truly try to understand you. Instead, I just pushed you away and almost lost you. Ever since I started hearing your thoughts, the misunderstandings slowly cleared up, and I like you more and more. Even hearing you curse me in your head every day. I still like you. Sophia burst into tears and then laughter. Are you a masochist or something? Being cursed every day and still liking me? I smiled helplessly. Maybe this is heaven's punishment for me. For not figuring things out and misunderstanding you. Serge, you're right. Seeing her calmer now, I quickly spoke. So, will you give me a chance to pursue you? But don't think about divorce for now. Let's start over. Let me make up for my mistakes of the past year. Okay, we promised Grandpa we'd try to get along for a year. We still have 9 months left. If by the end of that time you still can't accept me, then I'll let you go free. Of course, if you do accept me, then we'll have a grand wedding and announce our marriage to the whole world. After I said that, I felt my heart start to pound. The woman in front of me avoided my gaze, looking down at the blanket. A long time passed, and she still hadn't answered. I couldn't hear her thoughts, which made me even more nervous. After another while, she finally looked up and spoke. Well, I already promised Grandpa I'd live at the estate for a year. As for you pursuing me, we'll see how you perform, okay? I'll definitely perform well. Thank you, Sophia. Sigh. Looking at such a handsome face, I really couldn't bring myself to say no. Besides, this past year, he misunderstood me and I deceived him, and he listened to me curse him for so long. Oh well, I just give him a chance. What made me such a sucker for a handsome face? This jerk's looks are definitely the most in line with my aesthetic preferences of anyone I've ever seen. Oh, and his body isn't bad either. Last time I praised his body in my head, he didn't hear that too, did he? Oh my God. Of course I heard it. Actually, last time, I deliberately wore the bathrobe open for you to see. I wanted you to see what you were missing, so you wouldn't be fooled by any random guy out there. By the way, if you want to touch me in the future, just tell me directly. You don't have to wait until I'm asleep to sneak. Before I could finish, a pillow hit me in the face. Ethan Vance, you son of a bitch. Shut up. Just watch me beat you to death. Her inner thoughts finally came out as spoken words. I clutched the pillow, retreating to the doorway with a light laugh. Watching her fuming, chagrined expression, so cute. I think this is a sight I'll never tire of seeing for the rest of my life.